two kinds of people that are currently in the world right now when it has to do with making money and just in general. There are, in this new age of making money, there are the deferrers and the new rich. All right. The deferrers are people of yesterday's generation. Most of them are old people, your parents, your grandparents, people who raised you. They are deferrers. They defer to this new age of making money. Deferrers prefer to spend their whole lives working away like rat race ants. Working the rat race. Saving up every bit of money until they can finally retire at the ripe old age of 70. When you're too old to do anything, you're practically going to die in like 5 years. There's nothing to do. And the second one is the new rich. The new rich are these new group of people. Most of them young. Some of them are old, like Jordan Belfort and Warren Buffett, all those older guys. They're smart. They're smart, though. Because they are part of the new rich. The new rich is a group of people who accept this new idea of how to make money in the modern age. Okay? What you've been told, what you've been groomed on, raised on, and lied to about, is that the only way to make money and to actually get successful is to graduate high school, go to college, spend thousands of dollars in college, waste your time, basically fuck around for like 6 years. Medical students even longer. Nothing wrong with doctors. But basically screw around for that entire time. Make enough money, and then get a job. Oh yeah, by the way, and get in debt while this is going on. And still balance your work life. And that's how you make money. That's how you get rich. And then if you save up every little penny, and if you put it into a savings account, by the age of 60, you'll have a full Roth IRA. That is what the deferrers preach. I choose not to follow them. I choose to follow the new rich. Because the new rich have got something right. They are redefining what it means to be rich. Now, there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is very material. You have all the things. And there's nothing wrong with that. Depends. Look, I got a Selecto. I got a Selecto by Villager. It's pretty good, you try it. But the material things are what it means to be rich. I have a bunch of money, I'm rich. Being wealthy, having abundance of wealth, it's more abstract. You have money, yes, but you also have time, you have knowledge, you have experience. And you cannot have those things when you're bogged down by a job or college. Now, unless it's something you know you want to do, go to college. But for most people, for the average folk, they choose to follow the deferrer way and not the new rich. Because it's what their parents have told them. Now, I'm going to pose a question to you. If you were sick, if you had a disease, would you go to a doctor who is healthy? Or would you go to someone who's been chronically ill for the past 20 years? Better question. If you wanted to lose weight, would you go ask your fat uncle? Or would you ask your ripped cousin? Or a guy like me? Would you ask me? Why would you ask your fat uncle for fitness advice? He's fat. He doesn't know anything about getting in shape. Otherwise, he would be in shape. Now, like people always say, oh, the coach doesn't play. That can apply in dating. This does not apply in getting real results, like physical results, if you were to achieve something. Much like making money. The thing is, your parents are poor. Why would you listen to them on money advice? Now, let me just disclaimer. It makes sense that you would listen to them at first, when you were very young. But the thing is, when presented with the idea of the new rich versus the deferrers, it is very clear that the new rich are very much smarter when it comes to making money online. Because the way that they're doing things and the results that they get is more important and more effective than your parents. Your parents don't really have results to show for. Your parents could have money. They could have money saved away. But the thing is, they had to work long hours over years and years. Do you want to do that? Is that what you want to do? I know it's expected of you. But that is because in the past 100 years, it has become the norm to go out, get a job, and just work years and years and years to finally get rich. And then you see other people on the sidelines, very young, getting rich at 21, 22, 23. All before the age of 25. Millionaires. Now the thing is, it is possible with the new rich. Alright? Now, another difference of the new rich is that the new rich consider to be wealthy based on how many things they control, how many resources they control, by how much time they have, but by what they do, where they do it, when they do it, and who they do it with. All those four things are taken away if you work a regular 9-to-5 job, or if you work at Starbucks, McDonald's. You don't have any of those things. That is what it means to be truly rich. If there's a guy who makes $1 million a year, but he has to work 23 hours a day. $1 million a year is amazing. But he has to work 23 hours a day versus a guy who makes, let's say $40K a year. And he has to work 4 hours a week. I think I would rather go with being the guy who works 4 hours a week, right? Because that's not much. But you have so much extra time to learn skills. You can learn things that you want to do. You can go places that you want to do. Because you don't have to just be bolted down to one location. You can have bills, yes, for sure. But you realize you can also travel. And the thing is about the guy who works the 4 hours a week, he owns his business. Whereas the guy who makes $1 million a year, he works for a company. The guy who owns his business can always scale up and make more money. Even if he doesn't, he is more free because he's not shackled. A lot of people think that the goal is money. The goal is not money. I've heard so many family members, like, there are a lot of people in my family who have always been about money, 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 money. Always asking me, where's the money? Where's the money coming from? The thing is, well, it's not just always about money. And that's the crazy thing. You'd be like, well, John, I came to this video for money. No. You came to be wealthy. Everyone wants to be wealthy. But being rich is something different. Rich and wealth are two different things. And that's what I'm going to teach you in these next upcoming videos. Okay? About specifically being part of the new rich. Do you want to be stuck with the deferrers of yesterday? Or do you want to join the new rich of tomorrow? That's what you have to ask yourself. The blind quest for cash is a fool's errand. No longer are we going to be measuring our success by the amount of money in our bank account. We are going to be measuring success by the knowledge that we acquire, how much free time that we have, and also the ability that now that we are adults, we're not chained down and tied down to anywhere and doing anything. If you're in a job you don't like, leave. Because this, starting today, is the first day of your new life where you join the new rich. It is not vain, also, to want to be wealthy in terms of resources and time. because it has always been your life, and you've always had control of it. But the thing is now, if you work a job and slave away it for years, you're not going to have that. But starting today is the first day you're going to join the new rich. Alright, now I'm going to show you how. The ability to choose, that is real power. Not money, not wealth or status. It is the ability to choose. That is real power. Because without it, you're basically a slave. You're working a job. So join me with the new rich.